got no fire.
Do, 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 do. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it's popping up over on our Facebook page. It says we're broadcasting. Broadcasting. Let's.
Oh, I just got a pop up that Reality Moms is live now.
Really? Oh, let me refresh our Facebook page. Let me see.
I just got a pop up.
There we are. We are live.
Live now. So I need to.
We are on. Oh, we have one person watching. I wonder if that's us.
That was probably me.
Oh, that's good. We have two people on. Well, here we are. It's probably us. So yay to us and our audience, and people will join us soon. I'm very, very sure. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, my light is tapping out. Strobe light.
Well, now it's a party. If it wasn't before. Now.
Now it's a party. It's a party up in here. Yeah. This is my old iPhone. I gave it to my daughter. I thought this would work for us. I have to make it stop. Okay, it has to stop. I was using this as my light, and I was hoping that it was going to work, but not if it goes in the
strobe. Didn't keep doing that. That's kind of weird.
Oh, well.
I mean that it didn't stay lit for you. It's okay. All right.
We're all good.
Really fun is then going onto the Facebook page on, we could do that whole, and it gets a little twisted.
Oh, what's Joey? Joey just sent me this yellow, she texted me like a yellow screen. What is that? What is that? I'm assuming we're live.
I think
because we're on.
Yeah. And I am going to share it over in a second.
When I was live with Joey last time, she played this song. Do you know the song? It's Snow Informer.
Yes. And I remember seeing that.
Out of winter with the hotels.com winter
Joey's trying to
surcharge.
FaceTime me too. She's trying to come into our video. She's connecting. I'm connecting Joey in. Hi, Joey.
Hi. Are you there?
Can you hear us? Joey?
Wait, if you're wearing headphones into the... No? Yes.
Oh, that's my phone. It's a separate thing. Oh.
That's her beat.
That's right. Oh, well. Is that her floor? That's a lovely floor. Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right.
All you.
Okay. So anyway, Joey, she pulled up the song Informer by Snow. And I had my facts wrong about him and being in jail and what his deal was. So let me give him some proper credit.
Oh, yes.
Remember that. That's his song right there. And the story with him is that, I'm going to play it. So while he was on vacation in 1992, Snow met MC Shan and the pair produced a 4-song demo. But then, shortly thereafter, Snow began serving an 8-month sentence in Toronto for assault. Informer began getting radio and much music airplay while he was incarcerated. There we go. There, that's the story. And this song is based on a separate 1989 incident when Snow was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder.
Good Lord. So he's a stellar.
Yeah, he's a stellar citizen. So that's the story with him.
I'm so glad we cleared that up.
Me as well. Cheers to that. I'm glad we cleared that up now about Snow. So cheers, Clicky. So I was gonna say, what are you drinking? Let's show everyone what it is that you have in your cup.
Well, and first of all, for the occasion, I went with my 100% classy. 100% sure.
That's great.
It's Saturday night, and what are you gonna do? But so I'm doing the. Wait, I'm too close. Not close enough. There. Lighting is weird. It's a Rioja.
Oh.
Favorite wine stopper.
That's festive.
Yes. Well, yeah. That is so much of who I am. Yeah. I really do like the really silly, weird things that are just, it's perfect. Fits every single bottle up to champagne. And yeah, what are you going to do? You need to have the right wine stopper.
That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah. Are you in fact drinking Merlot?
Well, I have a Merlot Cabernet Sauvignon blend. You know, the show is Merlot, It's Me. Let me see if I can show you. I know that when Lola sees this shirt, she sees something about Tits Me.
Yes.
It actually says, Merlot, it's me. Hello.
That could have really been dangerous. Let's be honest.
I know. My shirt could have just gone flying up over
wrong.
my head. But it's a French. Yeah. I know. So I'm hiding my living room, everyone. This is a Merlot Cabernet Sauvignon French blend. The light's not. Oh, there's the label. Whoa. That is what I'm drinking. This is from the village of Saint-Emilion area. So fancy pants. I'm a big fan of wine that's on sale. So this falls under on sale in the $13 area. So that works for me.
That'd be 13 Canadian.
13 Canadian. Yes, 13 Canadian. Yeah, and it's a cork. I don't have a fancy wine stopper. It's cork, unfortunately. So,
I mean, mine came with a screw top. Not that there's anything wrong with screw tops. Screw tops.
No.
But it was in fact. I have no idea because my husband went and got it for me because I said I didn't have enough wine to get through. I don't have enough wine.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm just sharing that over so I don't have to be back on my phone.
Okay.
There we go. Oh.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Yay. Cheers. And cheers to everyone watching us right now online.
Yes.
Cheers.
So now, what really horrible things were said to you when you were pregnant? Because I asked some people on my page that, but I want to hear some of yours because some of theirs matched mine too.
Did they really? Well, I'm being very little tongue-in-cheek here, but when I was overdue with my second child, now my first child went overdue by 2 weeks. And then my second one went overdue by a whole entire week.
Mommy.
And so, hi, honey.
My knee hurts.
Your knee hurt. Okay, honey. Mommy's at work right now, so I'm going to get you to go to bed for a little bit, and I'll come back and see you in a half hour.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. My husband's out watching UFC at the bar.
What's UFC?
So what happened was, as I got bigger and bigger with my son, I used to get some of the stupid obviousness like, wow, you must be so uncomfortable. And I'd be like, well, duh, whatever gave you that idea? Is it the extra 30 pounds? Is it the waddling? Is it like the 3 steps of pushing myself off the couch? Or was it like the 4 or 5 antacids a day that I have to eat because I had such bad heartburn?
I'm like rubbing my belly constantly, like, calm down. Yeah.
And my skin stretched so severely with my second one. I got the stretch marks and they were burning. Like my skin was burning at a certain point. I don't know if anyone has ever felt that, or anyone who has stretch marks has felt exactly what that. It felt like it was ripping and it was burning, and it was an awful experience. And I remember going into the drugstore and I was trying to tell there was a gentleman working behind the makeup counter. And I was like, my skin is on fire. It's stretching. Help. And he was like walking me down like the $70 and $80 like expensive oil type section. And I was like, I need instant relief. He's like, here, try this. And he convinced me to rub this like thing on my stomach. And it was probably like an $85 jar like this big. And it was burning even more. I'm like, get it off me. Get it off. And then I would have people say to me things like, oh, my poor baby came a week early. I'd be like, oh.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're Superwoman. Congrats. And then you had people trying to give you advice about how to make the baby come out. So now there's the obvious. Have you tried having sex or having an orgasm? And I'm just like, hey, isn't that what got me into this mess?
Food.
Spicy food, yes. Yeah, and then it's like, and then I have the runs. Pass the hot wings, thanks.
You should be walking every day. With my son, they said that, and it was a heat wave in August in New York. So August in New York is like everybody flees. I was stuck with like massive babiness, and like get out and walk every day. That'll make the baby come because he's big. You need to go, or we're gonna have to induce you and do.
Oh no.
Right. So go out in a heat wave in August, where at like 11 o'clock it was, close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit or something. It was bad.
Gosh.
And I'm like, I'll just waddle out at 6:30 in the morning. And the coolest place that I could find to go walking was actually in a cemetery. Like,
really?
The coolest place, because there's a lot of grass. Like where we lived, we didn't have a lot of big parks, so it was like close. So it was the most shady, open area for my waddling. So I would go down there every morning and waddle through the cemetery. And then people would be like, "What? You can't walk in a cemetery when you're this close to having birth." Walk in a cemetery. Why exactly? I don't. Actually, I've never heard an old wives' tale about, I don't know, what, zombies? What are we worried about? They're coming to get your baby. Baby brains. We're coming for you. Like, what? Just want the baby out. I must have gotten the twins thing. The twins thing that people always say.
Oh.
You must be having twins. Those must be triplets. No, I have big boobs and a short waist. There's really no. That's just it. There's like it's a chamber in here, Like there's only so much space. But, yes, and when you are short, the baby is going to be everywhere. Really.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then
my son's butt. Pretty much like right under my right boob.
That's painful.
I could tell that was his little tushy. He would wiggle in a certain way. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh. And then they'd see you come back from a walk, and they'd look at you and they go, "Yet?"
Yeah. No. No. That's the twins thing. Again, I was due in August. My boss started telling me before April that I should tell my husband that we were having twins as an April Fool's joke.
Oh, no. No.
That's just like, that's just not nice.
And then the favorite part is when they say to you, you got so much bigger this time around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did, right, with my second one.
Yeah.
True. I did.
Yeah. And then, you all kind of want to say, like, thanks for the obvious observation, because you see my body's done this before. So it knows what to do. It knows what to do. And then they'll follow up with, you'll lose that extra weight in no time chasing two little ones around.
Yeah. What is that? What's that?
Are you calling me fat? Are you saying I'm fat?
What's wrong with the way I am?
I know.
I'm perfectly fine. I grew two human beings. In my case, I grew two human beings, and they're only 18 months apart, so I spent a long time growing human beings.
Yes. And then did they ever say to you, that baby is getting bigger inside you every day, and birthing that thing is gonna hurt? Did you get that?
Yes. That baby's going to be bigger than you when it comes out. Because, again, I'm only 5'2". Bigger than you when it comes out. Thank you. Thank you. That makes me feel. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So for anyone just tuning in, it's Merlot, it's me, and it's Saturday night. It's I'm the video maven with Reality Moms. This is Serendipity Indigo. I've already had too much red wine to drink.
A lot of name.
It's a long name. I'm wearing my special Merlot, it's me shirt. Let's do it without flashing the audience my belly. There it is. Oh. There. Oh my God. Mindy has 10 kids. Mindy has 10 kids. Yes. And Lori has 3 boys that are almost 10 years apart. Kid you not.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay, ladies, rock stars. You guys are rock stars.
Seriously.
That's amazing.
10?
Yeah. 10. Yeah. Mindy says, I have 10 kids. That's amazing.
It really is.
Yeah. I always say to my husband, I'll take 5 more just like my daughter. And he's like, what? Who's going to pay for that?
Where are you going to take them?
Well, I guess not far. You wouldn't be able to fit in a minivan. Not all together. Could you? Is that possible?
No. 10's a lot. 10's maybe one of those, not a minivan. You need like an extended Astrovan or whatever they were called.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, I do remember those.
Like.
Okay. Mindy, you have to tell us how you guys go out. I'm dying to know how you go out because I'm trying to envision.
Right, there's got to be something between the minivan and the bus, like that one family has, like where they travel by bus. But there's got to be some middle ground. You would think.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I don't know what it is, but it's yeah, wow. Here I am complaining about like my vehicle and my 2 kids and like my husband and I, and we have no room like to put anything in the car. It's like my son has to carry his pirate ship with him everywhere. So once you put that between the 2 kids in the in the back seat.
I feel like we'll have to circle around to that at some other point. That he carries a pirate ship with him everywhere. I feel as though there's a story there, but I'll let you continue.
No, he just does that. It's funny. He was obsessed with Thomas, and I think he's still obsessed with Thomas and his tank engine, and he carries his little Thomas toys everywhere. And somehow it morphed into like a pirate ship that he got for Christmas. Or no, sorry, last summer he got a big wooden one from one of our neighbors. It belonged to their 2 boys, and they were the boys are a little bit older, and they were decluttering, and they just said, oh, do you want this stuff? I was like, sure, we'll take it. And so my son gravitated to this great big wooden pirate ship. And so that became the it thing for a couple months. And then he was even like sleeping with it in his crib. It was kind of hilarious because it took up part of the crib. And then he got a little plastic one. It was like yay big for Christmas.
Oh,
then that was the thing for a while. And then for his birthday, he got this bigger one. It was like a Jake and the Neverland Pirates one, and it's 2 feet tall. And now that one, it was, everywhere we went today. It's his pirate ship. And sometimes he pulls around a little wooden doggy. It just depends on the day. But I'm known at Starbucks as the lady who like carries these pirate ships around because I drop my son off at daycare and then I'll go get my Starbucks and then I show up with my pirate ship under my arm.
Arg.
Yeah.
I want a grande. Arg. Yeah.
That's exactly it. Arr, I'll take a grande latte. Me please.
Oh, God. Caribbean.
Coffee of the Caribbean. That's fantastic. If you ever open a coffee shop, make a pirate themed and call it Coffee of the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I think everybody has to go through a pirate phase, though.
Really? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, my kids still go back and forth on the pirate thing. We actually just saw the new trailer for Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a thing from Disney. So, ooh, honey, come look. Yeah. And then for the rest of the day, it's like, I want to be a pirate and a Jedi.
Catherine just said, kids and their quirks. And yes, Catherine, you are absolutely right. Kids and their quirks. And Lori wants to know, what is this Merlot? It's me. So, hi, Lori. Hello. Merlot, it's me. It's our bi-weekly Saturday night show. Merlot, it's me. Drink Merlot, and Serendipity has a red Spanish wine. And yeah, there we are. And this is where we cheers each other. And yeah, cheers. And we cheers to you. And we talk about, parenting things or things that have gone on in the news this week, and what's going on, or even what went on last week. And speaking of which, so maybe I should turn it to the Toronto bus driver. Dun dun dun. Who held up Brampton school kids?
I have to say, I'm with that article that you sent, and maybe we can throw that link into the comments.
I think here, let me do a copy and paste. Sure, we can talk. Oh, yes, Lori, cheers. I'm going to get my liquor. Yes, you do that, my friend.
Absolutely.
Talking about, yes, that's what I'm going to do. Talking about this now. Okay, there. So I'm just putting a link to this article up here in the comments, talking about this now. The Toronto bus driver who held up Brampton school kids. And what happened? So angry parents are calling for the dismissal of this bus driver because they dropped their kids off at home an hour and a half late. Now, before we say, you bad bus driver, what were you doing? Right. The bus driver wouldn't, he stopped his vehicle. And, because the kids were apparently acting up. So they had to wait for the kids to calm down. And, when the kids showed up at home, 90 minutes late, can you imagine, sometimes parents have to, they have to go to work or other commitments or things that go on in the evenings, or the kids had swimming lessons and whatnot. So now they're all calling for this bus driver to be dismissed due to this incident. So we want to know, we're opening up this conversation, where does everyone stand on this issue?
Well, there are two things that really caught my attention in that article, personally.
Yes. Cheers, Brian.
Was the, obviously, I sort of feel like I'm going to do a Louis C.K. bit here, like, obviously, but maybe. So, like, obviously, the parents not knowing, and the kids, some of them, having to go to the bathroom and all of that stuff. They were like 7 and 8. So 7 and 8's a decent-ish age to be able to understand how to control one's behavior, for the most part. So there's that. So, and it was like an hour of going back and forth, and the bus driver took them back to the school, talked to the vice principal or the principal, I think, and was like, what these kids are not, it's not even safe, is kind of where the bus driver, I think, was coming from. Like, if they're not settling down, if they're being loud and distracting and all of that, that's not safe bus riding behavior. I agree. That's where the bus driver was coming from. So supposedly a message was sent out from the school, but they didn't actually reach all the parents. Whatever reason, it didn't reach everybody. So the failure to communicate from the school to the parents is clear. Because the bus driver did come back at least once before stopping a second time on the side of the road while these kids went batshit crazy. Excuse me.
PG show, PG.
But while the kids went, bananas on the bus, it's difficult because what are you supposed to do? I know in a lot of places, I don't know if it's like this in Toronto, in a lot of places there's an aide that rides the bus that's not the bus driver. There's a second person, an adult, on the bus to help keep kids in check. And I feel like that sort of situation would have really helped in this instance. But I think there was also something in there where it was like there's a shortage of bus drivers anyway.
Yes. Severe shortage of bus drivers up here.
So there's obviously not enough people to have 2 adults on the bus, which is what you really require. I mean, 7 and 8-year-olds are going to be craptastic. Is that okay? You say that?
They're going to be 7 and 8 years old, I guess is probably the best way to put it. And they're going to do their thing. And, I don't know the route and how long this bus drive took, but, they say Brampton and that's outside the city. So, they may have been, it may have been a bit of a long ride. And especially if kids are soiling their pants as they're on this bus ride. And, the parent in me says, hey, if my kid is the a-hole, I want to know because now I'm going to deal with it at home. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure that this doesn't happen again, that my kid will not be the one holding everyone up again.
And it sounds like it was a whole lot of unruliness. Like it wasn't one kid. Yes. It was like, the kids. Yes. So that's, like I said, it's sort of the biggest problem there is the principal or the vice principal or whatever, not contacting all the parents and making sure that all the guardians knew where their kid was. Because the alternative is like, okay, now get in your vehicle or get on it and go to where they are. If you don't want this particular sitting it out until they're ready to move. I mean, I think as a parent, we've all done that. I've done that. I've said to my daughter, like, you're being ridiculous. And if you don't calm your behavior down, we're not going to ballet because I don't care. I don't care. I can schedule another, I can have you go to a makeup class or I can not. I can blow money and you're going to blow the money of me sitting here watching you be ridiculous because I'm not going to try and squeeze you into tights and whatever to do something that's supposed to be fun for you. If you're freaking out, why am I doing it?
Yeah, fair enough.
It took me a long time to get to that point, I have to say. I pushed through it. My God, we paid for this and we're going to go. No.
I have that mentality, to be honest. I mean, like, we paid for this, you're committed, it's a certain set amount of time or it's a certain amount of classes and you're going. And that's end of story.
Yeah. There's a certain point of where it's like, you know what, my sanity is worth more than the $25 for this class or whatever it was. Like, our being able to function for the rest of the weekend is more important.
Okay.
And
yes, exactly.
Yeah. So but
exactly.
I think that mentality that the bus driver had of like, we're just going to stop.
Yeah.
We're going to figure it out. I mean, teachers do it, parents do it. A bus driver just stopping and saying, we're going to sort this out. You guys are going to get yourselves under control or we're not going home.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of reaction actually in the comment section to this. Lori is saying, if the kids can't behave safely on the bus, they shouldn't be allowed to ride the bus. So that is a very interesting point of view. If your kid's the one that can't do it and is, causing a problem for everyone else, maybe, it should be back in the hands of the parents. You got to get your kid to school, calm them down. And, Lori says, she says the bus driver did the right thing. Catherine says, she agrees with the bus driver, but as parents, we panic. And yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. And Carol says it should not be necessary to have an additional authority figure to make the kids mind. The kids should be disciplined for bad behavior, and the parent should not blame the bus driver. So it looks like we're all in agreement here, unless we were one of those parents whose kid was on the bus.
Oh yeah, the parents not knowing what was happening for an hour and a half is not acceptable. Like, the bus driver's actions make a whole lot more sense in terms of what I think it was a lady, did, like going back to the school and alerting the school that this is what's going on. That all makes, was handled to the best of her ability because it's not safe to drive if you've got 30 kids in the bus going bananas.
Oh, absolutely. I live in the province of Ontario, and there is a law that you can be ticketed for distracted driving if your child is screaming in the back seat. Like, I don't know if any parent actually does it, but you're supposed to pull over and let your kid calm down.
Really?
Because, well, when you think about it, like, it pretty much falls under.
I'm gonna pull this car over.
Well, like when your kid is in the back seat, you're driving and your kid is, back there, and they're kind of going berserk or they're going crazy. They've dropped their toy or they've dropped their cheese or their yogurt drink or whatever, and you're driving this vehicle and you're reaching around and you're picking that stuff up and you're trying to hand it back to them to quell the kid. That's almost the same as distracted driving, holding a mobile phone up to your ear, or taking your lipstick and putting your lipstick on in the rearview mirror. It's very much akin to that. Your eyes are not on the road.
I've seen that before in traffic.
You've seen that before? Yeah.
Not good.
Yes. And Brian, yeah.
Don't do it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Catherine's saying, the school steps up and calls the parents. And yes, absolutely. That totally should have happened. Lori is saying the safety issue, the bus driver is great. I would have recommended that when they back to the school, they should have not left the kids not listening and had the parents come pick them up. We have a visitor. It's my 7-year-old daughter who at 10:30 at night should be fast asleep.
No one shoot it.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you go lie in bed and I'll come up and see you in a little bit, okay? If you don't.
It's already half an hour.
I know it's been a half hour, but why don't you go read the new Geronimo Stilton book that you haven't read yet?
I'm already reading a book.
Okay. Well, why don't you continue on and I'll come up and see you soon because it's really, really, really late.
And it's Thea Stilton.
Thea Stilton. I'm sorry. Thea Stilton. Okay. You go on up. Thank you. We almost saw my whole facade fall over. Live on Facebook. Bam!
Merlot, it's my living room.
And it's a mess. Actually, that's my dining area over my right shoulder, and over my left shoulder, it's my living room, but neither here nor there. Suffice to say, the bed sheet was better. It was a way better option. So,
backdrop is important. I don't have important.
You know what?
I could always just put it up to the ceiling, and then you wouldn't have to see the messy bed and all of that stuff. This is the way most people see me. So
yeah, you're quite anonymous normally. I'm very impressed.
Normally, yes. 30 whole minutes of seeing my mouth. That's amazing.
Holy cow. I thought you would be holding the glass.
Well, now that you say that, I'll just stand.
I have water in my favorite RCMP mug. RCMP is our Mounties up here in Canada. They're who keep us safe.
Very nice. I'm actually matching. I have a Joe's Crab Shack. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, so okay, you have to tell me what Joe's Crab Shack is, because I'm Canadian and I don't know.
Right, and I'm so sorry about that. Not that you're Canadian, because you're delightful. It meant that you don't know what Joe's Crab Shack is. We won't go into politics. Don't joke. So Joe's Crab Shack, it's like, do you know Red Lobster?
Yes.
Okay. Only 900,000 times better. Sorry, Red Lobster. I'm sorry.
That's not hard. That's not hard at all.
Yeah, no, but it's really good. Their margaritas are fantastic as well. And, but their food is delightful. And there's some near where we live in New York, but not near enough to really go to. So when we go to visit, my father lives in Texas. So every year when we make the pilgrimage down to spend 2 weeks at my dad's pool, we also go at least once to Joe's Crab Shack and enjoy the margaritas. And my husband gets to put on his little crab bib, and on a really good time, I get to pilfer. I swear. So, depends on what their specials are, but I always feel like that's a good thing. Anytime you get to walk out, not just having had the drink and the good meal, but with a free souvenir. And who doesn't love a red Solo? That's just everything. It's my favorite.
100% classy. That's the best part.
Yeah.
So for those of us just joining us, or those of us who are like, who are these ladies babbling on? We are, I'm the video maven over at Reality Moms, and it's Merlot, it's me. The wine top stopper. I'm drinking a French Merlot Cabernet Sauvignon blend. It's French. Oh yes, Lori says good margaritas are important. Yes, they are. Speaking of margaritas, I heard that there's going to be a Margaritaville development built in that you can actually live in, and apparently it's supposed to be in Florida.
And now I know where I'm going to retire.
Cheeseburgers in paradise every day. I'm in. Yes. I'm in. I just put me on the waiting list for that. I'm a total Jimmy Buffett fan too.
I was going to say tin cup chalice and the closest thing I have right now, but close. So yeah, that would be awesome.
I wonder if it would literally be you could have like a cheeseburger every day and like it's Margaritaville and that would just be amazing.
Have you been to one of the restaurants?
I have. I went to the one in New Orleans, actually. I've been to Margaritaville down there.
I went to the one in Key West.
Ooh.
And had conch fritters and a cheeseburger because that's sort of what you're gonna have to do, right? But that was the first night I think I was in Key West, was going down, and actually the first thing I did was head to Margaritaville because
absolutely,
if you're in Key West, what are you gonna do? You have to.
You can go scuba diving.
Well, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
I love that you're wearing headphones.
I am. It's just I was trying to like not blast my kids upstairs with like the sound of what's going on. So I thought, I'm gonna put in headphones. I know. Meanwhile, like, I've had one come down here twice in the span of like 38 minutes. She's like, hi. Are you still sleeping?
Yeah. Right on the other side of that wall. So hopefully.
That's the best ever. I don't understand how you did it, but that is the best ever.
Magic potions.
Oh, magic potions. Okay, let me tell you about a new magic potion that I stumbled across. Okay, it's not really a magic potion. It's this new magic, oh gosh, how do I explain this and be extremely polite about it? It's supposed to be magic for women who are menstruating. And I almost feel like I'm gonna giggle talking about it. Oh my god. It's a labia glue, okay? A labia glue. Have you heard of this? Called Menzies. So it's not on the market. You can't buy it yet. It's just in development. Apparently they're putting a Kickstarter out for it. But I was completely blown away by the thought that a man who's a chiropractor thinks he can develop a product that he calls, according to their website, more environmentally friendly. And apparently it's just supposed to glue your labia together, so that it's just all neat and tidy. And I don't know what he was thinking. I'm not quite sure he knows very much about female anatomy to start with.
There are so many things I would like to glue together that have nothing to do with lady bits. Like in response to that.
Think of that like abrasion, number one, like, when it comes apart. Apparently if it gets, like, I was reading about it, and if it gets like fluid, so like urine per se, it's supposed to come apart. But I'm thinking to myself, menstrual fluid is a fluid. So how would this product work?
Things that make you go,
I found the patent to it. If anyone's curious and looking at the patent, I'm going to put the link in the comments. Don't look if, you're bored by patents and really boring things like that.
By lady bits.
Or if you're offended by the lady bits. But suffice to say, as I'm going to call it up here, and I'm going to put it in the links where it is. This diagram of a lady bit that he put in his patent thing and how it's going to work is actually missing a couple pieces of the anatomy in the lady bits. So I'm concerned that this chiropractor who's developed this product,
lady bits?
Yes. I don't think he's ever seen it. His diagram looks like there's a big worm in the middle of it. So that's extremely concerning to me.
You just made me snort on a live broadcast. I'm not sure I'm okay with that. It's not okay.
Oh
no. Well, I told you the thing that my response to this is, I mean, and I'm not saying that all the solutions that are on the market are perhaps the most environmentally friendly and or comfortable or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, however, there are some more. Well, there's that other product that's a little more the underpants solution.
Yeah.
That's all inclusive apparently, and I'm not sure how it works, but man, it's intriguing. I mean, I don't know why, but I'm slightly obsessed with figuring that one out. I mean, not the labia glue, please.
No. I think we're pretty much in agreement that is not a product that we will fund on Kickstarter.
Sure that there's anybody that thinks that that's a good idea.
The guy who developed it, and Lori says he should stick to being a chiropractor, and I agree. She also put a link up about wine that we should look at, and we'll have to look at that later. But I agree that he should stick to being a chiropractor.
I'm not even sure that. I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely chiropractor and whatever, but with that kind of understanding of anatomy, I'm not really sure I would want you working on like the bulges in my discs and like that. Like that's a little. You skipped a class somewhere in there.
Yep.
A little bit, or
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little frightening. It's a little
skip a class or two. I won't.
Yeah.
He just. Yeah. Are you? Oh my God! Are you looking at that diagram? Your face just flashed white. I'm like, oh my God! Are you looking at the patent?
Sorry that I did. I'm just gonna skip on back.
Yeah, I was like, I could share it on the screen, but I'm not going to do that to people. We're just going to leave the diagram of the lady bits out, and people can look at it if they want to. And you'll notice that yes, there are more products out there that are hurting the environment than this product. Absolutely correct. At least right now, we've kind of hit a point where maxi pads are biodegradable. So, or not biodegradable. You put them in your compost up here at least. So we're step in the right direction. There's the Diva Cup.
Really? You compost pads?
Yeah. So I would throw them in the same bag as my diapers from the Diaper Genie. So I would take my pads and I would put them in a separate bag, and with your Kleenex and whatnot too. And then when I was going to throw out something from the Diaper Genie and put it in compost, then I would just, put it all in there, and then I would just take it out to the compost.
But then, okay, so when you do that, see, because I live in New York City, and we recycle, but it's not like, I don't know very many people that compost. I mean, I'm in Manhattan proper, so that would be really, not a good thing.
Please don't compost there, please.
Please, no. But, so, do you use like compostable bags?
Well, no, so what happens, so I live in Toronto proper too, so it's not like I can just compost out in my backyard. I actually don't have a backyard. I have a balcony to that direction over there. But I do have a front door that way that walks out onto the street, so it's a townhouse. But no, I don't have a yard that I have a compost in. So I live in a row of townhouses, and we live in a complex. And at the end of our row, we have we have our recycling and our garbage and our green bin, which is our compost. And what you're supposed to do is that when you lift the lid to your compost, you're supposed to open your bag and just sort of dump everything in there so that the plastic doesn't go in. Mm-hmm. So you're not throwing the plastic bag from the Diaper Genie in there.
Gotcha. And then you take that, throw it in the other bin, basically.
Yeah, then I just go throw that in the garbage bin right next to it. Yeah. So that's what we do that's what we do in Toronto proper.
I have to say, like, that again, Canadian, so nice.
Let me find a shirtless picture of our Prime Minister for you.
That's always welcome. Always welcome.
Here's a picture of him as a teenager. Hold up. Okay, let me see this. I'm gonna see if I can share that screen with you. He actually had abs as a teen. I'm really, really impressed by this. Let me know if you can see that. He had abs as a teen, and just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is when he crashed someone's wedding in BC. He was like out surfing, and he showed up shirtless at like someone's wedding. It's kind of great. I'm down with that.
So terrible.
I mean, he's an okay prime minister. Here he is. He boxed for charity. This was long before he was a prime minister. Just saying, this is long before he was our prime minister. But that's him.
There's a whole lot going on in that picture.
Isn't there?
It really is. There's just so much happening there.
Okay, let me show you my favorite picture right now. Ready? Oh, what's she looking at? Okay, I'm going to stop on that now.
Crossing the territory.
Nice eye candy. Yes, Lori, he is nice eye candy. He's an okay prime minister, but nice eye candy. I'll give him that.
But what's that one video, the one where he like explains the supernet, or what is it? Like there's something where he like busts out some technical, like really long explanation of, something very technical. Yeah. Everybody else is like, oh, you actually, Pretty Boy has a brain. That's nice. That's good. Like
he was a high school teacher before he went into politics. And if I'm not okay, he's only a couple years older than me. Like he's a young dude, or I'm an old gal. Either way, but
he's young. So good.
He's young. He was a teacher in a high school, and I know he taught drama. That was one of his fortes, which makes me love the arts. Being a film school grad myself, I'm like, yes, check that out. So I mean, I really, really enjoy the fact that he's a big proponent, and supporter of the arts, and but yeah, that he actually has a brain in his head, and that is impressive because we had the prime minister previous was kind of a bit of a robot type dude. And he couldn't respond without like moving like this and talking like this. So you want to say so much, but we will just
where to go on this yeah, there's nowhere good to go.
No. Come to Canada. Come to Canada. We are accepting refugees, but only a certain amount right now, because right now our shelters are all full.
My in-laws are Irish, so we always have another place to go.
Okay, good. You can go to Ireland. Ireland's pretty good.
Ireland's awesome. Awesome. There's always like that. It's a fallback, like second option. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah. You can claim the EU passport, and you could move like freely throughout the EU.
There you go. See?
Your kids are pretty privileged to grow up in the United States, to be educated in the United States, but have an EU passport, the opportunity to have an EU passport. That makes them like a true global citizen to start with. But absolutely. They have the option of being able to work and develop, or even continue their studies over there if they wish.
Yes. And actually, I have friends that have done that as well. So it's a pretty amazing thing, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty lucky. It's pretty amazing.
It is.
It's pretty amazing. So, friends, we've been on the air. We've been broadcasting for 50 minutes now. None of Lori's teachers ever look like that. She says she would have enjoyed school a lot more.
I actually had my biology teacher was similar.
Really?
Yeah, really.
That's awesome. Well, cheers to handsome teachers that make you want to learn. Woo, Twinkie. Right, yes. So Merlot, it's me. We've been on for 50 minutes. And yes. What do you think, guys? Give us some love. Tap and tune. Give us some hearts. Give us some likes. Let us know what you're thinking. If you like, if you don't like what we had to say tonight, don't Don't give us an angry. I don't want an angry. No angry.
Sad faces. Please. Or
sad face. Give us the wow. I like the wow. And if you really, really, really like us, if you really, really like me, you can come back and see me in 2 weeks. Serendipity, if she enjoyed being on the show with me tonight, she can come back and she can co-host with me again another night. I'd love to have her back again.
No. Awesome. So many hearts. So little time.
Hearts. Can I even make heart? There, I made the heart. Yay. There's the hearts. Yeah. Or there's the thumb like.
Big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Yes. All right.
It was great to be online with you guys all Saturday night. We're going to stop our Facebook broadcast at this. It's 52 minutes in. I think it's been a pretty good 52 minutes. We covered a lot of ground, had some good chats. I've had more than a glass of wine. I don't know about you. Yes, more than a glass of wine. So we're going to say goodnight to our friends out there in Facebook land, and thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you back again in 2 weeks. Check us out on Reality Moms. Thanks so much for joining. Bye. Bye.